Walmart, Mars Incorporated, Koch Industries. These names are everywhere. But behind them lie three families whose wealth and power make billionaires like Musk and Bezos look like newcomers. Before we get into their stories, here's something to think about. Behind every famous billionaire like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, there are families who quietly hold far greater and longer-lasting wealth. These families don't just build companies, they build empires that stretch across generations. Today, we're diving into the top 3 richest families in the world, how they built their fortunes, and why their influence continues to shape our lives in ways we often don't notice. Let's start with the Walmart family, the Waltons. The Walton family is often referred to as the wealthiest family on the planet. Their fortune comes from Walmart, the largest retailer in the world. Founded in 1962 by Sam Walton in Rogers, Arkansas, Walmart grew from a single discount store into a global retail empire. Today, Walmart operates over 10,500 stores worldwide and employs more than 2.1 million people. That's more than the population of some countries. But how did Sam Walton get there? His story is surprisingly humble. Before starting Walmart, Sam ran a small Ben Franklin franchise store where he experimented with pricing and supply chains. His idea was simple: sell products at the lowest price possible by buying in bulk and keeping profit margins small. He believed customers would reward him with loyalty if they consistently found value. This model worked so well that when Sam opened Walmart, it quickly expanded into neighboring towns. By the 1970s, Walmart was already spreading across the southern United States. Today, the Walton family collectively owns about 45% of Walmart through holding companies and family trusts. According to Bloomberg's Billionaires Index, their net worth exceeds $225 billion as of 2025. To put that into perspective, the Walton family's wealth is greater than the GDP of countries like Greece or New Zealand. What makes the Walmart empire fascinating isn't just the scale of their stores, but how deeply it affects the everyday economy. Every week, around 240 million people shop at Walmart. That's more than 2/3 of the entire population of the United States. The family's wealth isn't just tied to store shelves. It's tied to global supply chains, factories in Asia, distribution networks across continents, and technology systems that monitor consumer behavior. Critics argue that Walmart has driven many small businesses into bankruptcy, while others praise the company for providing affordable goods to millions of people. Regardless of the debate, one thing is clear: the Waltons have turned discount retail into generational wealth, securing their place at the top of the world's richest families. Now moving on to the second family, the Mars family. When you hear Mars, you probably think of chocolate bars, M&Ms, or maybe Snickers. But Mars Incorporated is far more than just candy. It is one of the largest privately owned companies in the United States, with annual revenue exceeding $45 billion. The Mars family has kept the company private for over a century, which allows them to grow quietly without the constant scrutiny of shareholders. The story began in 1911 when Frank Mars started selling buttercream candies from his kitchen in Tacoma, Washington. His son, Forrest Mars, later expanded the business internationally and introduced the iconic Mars bar and M&Ms. M&Ms actually became popular during World War II when the US military ordered them in bulk because the candy coating prevented chocolate from melting in soldiers' hands. That clever innovation made Mars a household name. Fast forward to today, and Mars Incorporated isn't just about chocolate. The company owns pet food brands like Pedigree, Whiskas, and Royal Canin, making it a leader in the pet care industry. In fact, Pet food now accounts for more of their revenue than candy. The Mars family has diversified so well that their fortune doesn't rely on one industry alone. The family's wealth is estimated at over $140 billion, split among several heirs. Unlike the Waltons, the Mars family is famously private. They rarely give interviews, and some family members work within the company, while others stay out of the spotlight entirely. But their products are everywhere, from a pack of Skittles in your pocket to the dog food in your kitchen. What makes the Mars story interesting is how they built a global brand through innovation and secrecy. While companies like Hershey or Nestlé go public and seek outside investments, Mars stayed private, ensuring full family control. This strategy has allowed them to think long-term, expand steadily, and avoid the pressure of quarterly earnings reports. And just like Walmart, Mars's reach into our daily lives is enormous. Think about it. Billions of people eat Mars candy or use Mars pet products every single day. That kind of consistent demand has turned the Mars family into one of the most quietly powerful business dynasties in the world. Now, let's turn to the third family on our list, the Koch family. Koch Industries is one of the largest privately held companies in the United States, with annual revenues estimated at more than $125 billion. Founded in 1940 by Fred Koch, the company originally focused on refining oil. Fred had developed an innovative process for turning crude oil into gasoline more efficiently, and this breakthrough laid the foundation for what would become a massive industrial empire. When Fred Koch passed away, his sons Charles and David expanded the business into new industries. Today, Koch Industries operates in sectors ranging from chemicals, paper, and minerals to ranching and even investment. Some of their well-known consumer brands include Dixie cups, Stainmaster carpet, and Brawny paper towels. But much of Koch's wealth comes from its massive presence in energy, oil refining, and industrial manufacturing. The Koch family's fortune is estimated at over $130 billion, making them one of the wealthiest families in the world. Unlike the Mars family, the Kochs have been very active in politics. Charles and David Koch, often referred to as the Koch brothers, donated billions of dollars to political causes, think tanks, and advocacy groups. Their influence has shaped American politics for decades, especially in pushing for lower taxes and fewer government regulations. This political involvement has made them controversial figures. Supporters argue that the Kochs stand for free markets and economic growth, while critics say they have used their wealth to influence policy for their own benefit. Regardless of the debate, the Koch family's impact goes far beyond business. It reaches into lawmaking, elections, and public opinion. What makes Koch Industries unique is its diversity. Unlike Walmart, which focuses on retail, or Mars, which focuses on food and pet care, Koch spans across dozens of industries. This broad base makes the company resilient against downturns in any single sector. Even when oil prices crash or consumer spending slows, Koch Industries has other areas generating revenue. When you look at these three families together, the Waltons, the Mars family, and the Kochs, you see three very different approaches to building wealth. The Waltons built the largest retailer in the world by focusing on low prices and mass accessibility. The Mars family created a sweet empire by staying private and diversifying into pet care. The Koch family built an industrial powerhouse that expanded into nearly every corner of the economy, while also shaping politics. What ties them all together is the scale of their influence. Their combined wealth exceeds $500 billion, a number so large it's hard to imagine. These families don't just make money. They shape markets, industries, and even governments. So the next time you buy groceries at Walmart, enjoy a pack of M&Ms or use a Dixie cup. Remember that you're also contributing to the legacies of these powerful families. Their stories remind us that wealth, when built on the right idea at the right time, can grow beyond imagination. And when it does, it often lasts for generations.